Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today I'm doing a low buy update. I've been on my 2021 low buy for about 4 months now, so I thought let's check in with you guys. I've already done a low buy haul where I've showed everything that I've purchased on my low buy. I will link that down below. So first things first, let's look at my purchase trackers. Now, a lot of people on Instagram have created purchase trackers where you use an emoji to like record how many things that you have purchased in a month and also things that you've decluttered, things that you bought replacements for. The templates that I use are from my friends Cat Using Makeup and Emma Pans on Instagram. Those are my favorite. And they also collaborated with Stark.project and she actually did some Spanish ones as well. So if you'd like to use the Spanish ones, there are options there for you too. Now I'm gonna be looking down on my phone and I'll scooch over so I can insert the pictures right here. So January, as we can see by this template, January was not my finest month. And as we can see by this tracker, the skulls indicate that I have bought something new, and I bought many things in January. If you've seen my low buy haul, you would know. I went a little bit ham. Also, I'd like to mention that I don't count skincare and hair care and body care as part of my low buy. I only count makeup because I don't have any temptations on buying skincare and all of that stuff. Skincare I buy when I run out. I'm not a skincare connoisseur. Skincare is one of those things I really fucking hate buying because it's so boring to me. Yes, good skin and healthy skin is important, but to me, skincare is a necessity, it's not a want. Now, February, I did surprisingly well. Only 2 new purchases and a couple of empties as well. Now, February is my birthday month, so I did get a lot of presents that were makeup related. However, I don't really count those as part of my low buy because even though they are new things into my collection, I just want to record things that I actually purchased myself. I think because I knew that I was going to be getting a lot of makeup presents from a few of my friends, I tried to pare back my spending in February. In February, I only purchased the Auric Glow Lust, 2 lashes, and some Terra Moon's shadows. So I think I did really well in February. March was also a very successful month for me as well. I have a lot of empties and declutters on this one, as we can see right here. Aside from my replacements that I purchased in March, the only new things that I really bought that weren't replacements were from Glisten Cosmetics, and I was just padding out my liner collection. And in April, we had a lot of empties and declutters. I'm really impressed with this one. I believe April was the month that I actually decluttered my singles and my Juvia's Place Tribe palette because unfortunately the Tribe palette expired on me. It was old. The mattes did not perform the same as they used to, and I was really upset because I love that palette so much. However, I could dupe it within my collection pretty well. April was actually my most successful month by far. I only repurchased 1 face primer. I did a naughty purchase, which was the Melt Digital Dust Blush Duo, and I also bought 2 of the Fenty Gloss Bomb creams as well, but I got these on sale, which I really enjoy. I'm actually wearing the shade Cookie Jar on my lips today. So purchase-wise in my low buy, I think I've done pretty damn well. I think as the months have gone on, usually January, February are always difficult months for me, so I usually spend a little bit more in those months, but I have pared back quite a lot. Now, I record a bunch of my low buy stuff in my bullet journal right here. Let me know. This might be a really weird video idea, but like, would you like me to take you through my bullet journal? I feel like it could be quite fun, but I feel like it's kind of niche. I don't know if anyone would be interested. For example, this page right here, I'm trying to not show the other page because it is a gratitude page and there's some personal things on there. But I've written out all the stuff that's on my wish list. I actually need to fill in this a little bit more because I did do a wish list video and some of those things are not written down in here, so I'll get to doing that as soon as possible. I also mentioned in my low buy introduction, which I will link down below, I'll actually link my low buy playlist down below of 2021 because that has all of the videos that I'm mentioning in there. And in there I mentioned that I wanted to do a palette series. Now for me personally, panning does not work for me. I do not like project pans for myself personally because I feel like when I'm forced to use something, my brain just wants to disobey and goes, I don't want to fucking use that. I like to organically pan things, and I can organically pan things. Like for an example, my face powder right here. I mean, look at that. I do enjoy panning, but I don't like projects. You know what I mean? So I thought instead I would do a palette series. Now in a palette series, I would rotate through all of my eyeshadow palettes and use them a set amount of times. And once I finished using them a set amount of times, I would put them away and use something new, just rotating through everything. And I feel like Shop My Stashes have helped so much with that. I recently started doing Shop My Stashes and y'all really enjoy them as well. They're some of my favorite videos to make and I didn't expect to love them as much as I do. but I find that shop my stashes are a very, very, very good way to get use out of your collection and rotate through things. So with my palette series, I have written down all of the palettes in my collection. I do have to remove a couple because I have decluttered a few, so those need to be crossed out. And as we can see in here, I have all of the palettes in my collection and little boxes where I tick off if I've used them or not. Now, this one specifically is for me doing 3 looks 1 palette videos. So for an example, we can see that the Black Moon Urban Myth palette right here, this has 3 ticks, and I have done a 3 looks video on it. And I found instead, because I don't film every look that you see on my YouTube, because I find that it takes the love out of makeup for me. I like to film certain looks, but not all of them. So then I decided to do a palette series version 2. Now, as we can see right here, I again have written all of my palettes out, and instead I've put a tally marking system. I got this idea from someone on Instagram. I can't remember their username, I'm so sorry. But they said that they did a tally system because it kind of really shows you visually how many times you've used a palette. And you don't limit yourself to 3. So for an example right here, Glaminatrix U Beauty, I have used that 7 times. I love that palette so much. And actually logging my usage on palettes in this format has helped me quite a lot, because in my Shop My Stashes, I look through this and I think, okay, which palettes have I either not used this year or have barely used, and I pick those ones out. I do need to add a couple more ticks in there because I have done makeup for work and I haven't had the time to tick it in. And this has made me realize that even though I don't have the largest eyeshadow palette collection ever, it takes a long time to get through all of your palettes, because I am actively trying to use all of my palettes in my collection and rotate through all of them. And looking at this right here, there's so many palettes that I still haven't touched yet. I am planning on doing 3 looks 1 palette plus review videos with all of the palettes in my collection, and that's gonna take a very long time because I don't want to post those every single week because I feel like they're gonna get a bit boring and tiring. And when I look at all my palettes, I realize that I really love my palette collection and I really don't want to add any more. Now, palettes are my weakness. Personally, for me, I absolutely love eyeshadow so much, and I'm also very proud to say that I have only purchased 3 eyeshadow palettes this year. Just 3. I purchased the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette, the Black Moon Urban Myth, and the Nabla Cutie palette Coral. Now, I had been wanting that palette for so long, and that was actually my first purchase of May. My friend Terra, 100 palettes later, was decluttering it and selling it, so I was like, well, I don't see a reason why not. It doesn't add anything new to my collection since I do own the Natasha Denona Love palette and a lot of other pink eyeshadows, because we know me, I love pink. It's one of my favourite eyeshadow colours to wear. Another thing that my low buy this year has really taught me is that I'm really critical about palettes that I bring into my collection now. Club Nebula, I had nothing like it in my collection. I didn't have that many deep mattes in my collection, so that really added a lot. Same with Peaches, I didn't have a lot of peach either. Or even purples. That is a really great palette. That's probably the best purchase that I've made this year. Actually, Auric Glow Lust is the best purchase I've made this year. Club Nebula, definitely a palette that I didn't really have in my collection. Same with Black Moon. That Urban Myth palette is a very nice addition to my collection. Now, wishlist wise, I do have a couple of palettes on my wishlist. However, I don't know if I will realistically purchase them. I like how I said I have 2 palettes on my wishlist and then I didn't say the names of the palettes. The first one being the Glisten Cosmetics Meet Me in the Underworld palette right here. This palette is so fucking gorgeous. I feel like I probably will purchase this one at some point because they are a UK based indie brand. I love these types of tones, so this is one that I feel like I will be purchasing. And the other one being the Muse Beauty Rococo palette. Now, I don't know if I will purchase this one because as much as I love this colour story, come on, I have these colours in my collection, so those are my 2 palettes that are on my wish list currently. And thankfully not many things have been inspiring to me. Instead, I've really been loving buying single shadows. Single shadows are like, my heart sings for them because you get to pick exactly what you want. I've really been enjoying playing with singles. Usually anytime I wear a palette, I always pull in a single shadow. Like for this look I'm wearing today, I am wearing 3 shadows on my eyes, 2 of them being from the Beaute Flair palette, and the inner corner is Terra Moon's Red Giant, and it's my face highlight today. Don't know if you can tell. Probably not. I really love getting use out of my collection, and I feel like my collection is at a point where I feel like I have almost everything that I could want. But I'm just really enjoying getting use out of my collection, and y'all seem to really enjoy the content that I make with my collection too. Now let's talk about some of the negatives in my low buy. What are some things that have been kind of difficult for me? Well, one of them being, I have really fallen in love with blush the past like year, and because of that, I am so tempted anytime a brand releases a blush. I want it so bad. Now thankfully I have been able to like hold myself back from making plenty of purchases, but I feel like I really want to do an updated wishlist video, because even though I did my wishlist video like last month, there's been quite a few releases that have caught my eye that I'm like, you're gonna be mine. Most of them being blush releases, in all honesty. I also really want to try those Milani cream blushes. Those look so stunning. If a brand has a blush, I want it, honestly. And that's a very bad thing, because blush takes a long time to go through. Even though I go quite ham with my blush, like I am today, I'm very toasty and warm today. Even though it takes so long to go through, and even though I use so much of it, I don't need all the blushes in the world. So I'm trying to pare myself back as much as possible and be very critical about what blushes I bring into my collection. Now single shadow wise, there are a lot of brands that I really want to try. I feel like this video is not very structured, I just realized. I'm just talking off the cuff. I have no real like talking points for this, but single shadow wise, because I feel like some of you may ask, I do have a few brands that are on my radar. One being Glam Shop. I just want more Glam Shop shadows. I have a few of them. They are fucking incredible. So good. I do want some more Brunlovich. They recently came out with some new shades and I'm just like, I want you. I also really want to try Pretties for Your Face. A few of my friends have codes with them and their shadows look really fun and they're pretty cheap as well, even though they are from the US. I really do want to try a few of their shades too. And the other main single shadow brand that I really want to try is Shine by SD. Their shadows, I can't tell you how beautiful they are. Like, I want them so bad. I want the Reserve collection, like their iridescent collection. Give it to me. Also Cleona. I do want some more Cleona shadows. I'm planning to pick up some more at their next restock, and I'm going in with a few of my friends, so we split the shipping and customs. And also Terra Moons as well, because now that I've tried their iridescent chameleons, I want more. They're so damn good. So I feel like I have to be very careful when it comes to my purchases, because I am extremely tempted by blushes and single shadows. Like, they're the things that I really want to buy. Everything else in my collection I don't really want. Like lip products, I'm not that inspired to buy them. I feel like my lip collection, I'm very happy with the size of it. I'm happy with the things that I have. I don't want any more. Complexion wise, minus blush, I'm very happy with my collection too. But yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to update you on with this low buy haul. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like this video was a little bit all over the place. I didn't really have any talking points and I'm very tired, so I feel like my brain is just scatterbrained, so I hope this video was somewhat entertaining. Do you let me know how your low buy is going? What are some things that have been tempting you? What are some little successes that you have? I'd love to know. Leave them down in the comments down below. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, then follow me on my Instagram. It's beautyybyskye right here. I post all of my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here, and as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!